Sunday Saturday, this is basketball. You already know.
My name is Treasure Butchie, playing for the UG basketball team. Peace out.
Hi, I'm John Marley. I'm popularly known as AJ3. Point guard, University of Ghana.
I'm playing Sanaba Fanti, shooting guard for UG basketball team.
I am Aminu Abibu Anissa, UG captain and the point guard. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And that's the University of Ghana basketball team who are unbeaten in Ghana, in Africa, and I've been doing this for some 6 years. Hello and welcome to this journey to find out just how they've been doing this.
They surpass normality and just do not know how to quit. Even without full-time commitment due to the academic engagements, their dominance in Ghana and Africa has been felt. A team no one wants to face, yet everyone wants to beat. And with a record of winning the universities, polytechnics and colleges basketball championship 4 years in a row, the Ghana University Sports Association basketball title 3 consecutive times, the Mini Gusa Championship twice, and conquering Africa at the FASU Games on 2 golden occasions, it is understandable. They're unbeaten for the last 5 years.
Charlie, these guys, whap, 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 and just penetrated, weakened, and just made them soft. We came and we won it. I was celebrating, and you know the altitude was very high. It's a very high place. I was celebrating, jumping, and I even had a headache, and I had to go to the hospital. Some severe headache. So that was actually the sweetest victory.
I told the director point blank that they will play first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter. We'll spark the machine, and you see what will happen. And it happened. I told him.
I was tired. I was exhausted, but looking at the guys and how they were ready to fight, I picked the same energy from them, and we went and we came slowly, and we just won the game. And we cried. We actually cried.
I was going to ask you because I hear a lot of people cry. I have the list. You
oh yeah.
The list. You were crying. It was
that's what we said. Like
it
was so. You can't go without shedding a tear on a final game, like your last game for the school. It was very because the director himself collapsed, so you can imagine.
It was 45-44. Time elapsed. I think it was left with 2 or 3 seconds. They weren't able to do much with it, and that's how we won. That was one of the greatest wins.
What happened to the crowd then? They
came back. I was shocked. Like I know the students. You know what I'm saying? So
they can't take it.
No, they came running back. Now the Accra Poly guys just went this way and left. You know, but the students all came back, picked stuff up, broke chairs, carried the players. It was a pandemonium, complete pandemonium.
As scary as they look now, the University of Ghana was never a powerhouse. Toothless babies with an appetite for bones best describes their modest basketball history, littered with irregular wins. In the 2014 UPAC Games, the University of Ghana were humbly beaten back-to-back by a relatively unknown Marshall University, and the height of the embarrassment sparked a renaissance. Every renaissance needs a Leonardo da Vinci, the creator, and the polymath as an uncle. Mimi Falconer, a former player of the University of Cape Coast basketball team, an institution that terrorized the University of Ghana for a while, was brought in.
I think the University of Ghana it's never done too well in basketball when it comes to the inter-university games from time immemorial. I mean, Tech was always the one that won since the 80s up until maybe 2006, where the University of Cape Coast beat Tech for the first time in the final. But Legon was never top 2.
In the basketball?
No, they weren't. They were like 3rd, 4th, you know, mostly 3rd all the time. So, and then I think in 2015, they went to play some games against Marshall.
Yes, that's UPAC Games.
UPAC Games, right. So at that tournament, it's like, you know, they played against some university, Marshall, that nobody had heard of, and lost twice to them. And it really bit them. You know, and the players were very not happy with their coach that they had, and they decided that they wouldn't play any longer for that coach if they didn't change him. So I got a call, it was 2015, and they said, the players say they want you as their coach. And I said, okay, so I came, we sat down, struck whatever deal we struck together, and then I started the job here as coach.
The UG basketball revolution, as I put it, needed team effort to succeed. Division bruised failure, so after their abysmal performance in the 2014 UPAC Games, with their captain as the backbone, the team came together to rewrite their fortunes.
You know, the foundation started in 2015.
Yeah.
I know you've already spoken to Mimi, and
yes.
In 2015 we actually started with no coach.
Wow.
So it was quite difficult, and our first major tournament was UPAC, and we were very bad in that tournament, and we lost awfully. Like, it was terrible.
Yeah.
You can imagine. So we actually sat down as a team after, and I think the only guys on that old team, the foundational team, was only me and Max Mode, who is now in Canada.
Yes,
so we actually started the foundation of that team. We had other guys who were old, but that was their last year to leave the school. So we actually sat down, we put our heads together, trying to see how we could move on to the next stage and actually succeed with this game of basketball as far as the tertiary institution is concerned. So we actually thought amongst ourselves, because we knew the main problem was coaching. So because the facilities are there, everything is available, but it was coaching, the right person to do the job. So we sat down as a team and we came up with the idea to contact Coach Mimi. So it was one of the old guys on the team who is called Akai.
Yeah.
He's Mimi's very close friend. So he brought the main idea that if we get Coach Mimi to be the head coach, it will be a great plus for the team. So we all agreed, and we marched to the director's office and we spoke to him about it, and he really supported the idea. So we just had to bring Mimi on board. He met with the directorate, and that was how we started the first journey to win the UPAC and to go south.
The University of Ghana winning the UPAC appeared a fluke to the basketball community, and tertiary institutions like the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, who at the time were the kings of basketball in the university circles in Ghana. Coach Mimi had taken arguably the most difficult job of transforming a team with no focal point and direction into a decent side, or at least that was what his employers expected him to do, to just make the team look formidable. But Mimi had other plans.
So most of the guys that played on the team at the time I already knew.
Oh, wow.
Because I played basketball with them.
Connected.
Yeah, they knew me. There's a reason why they told the authorities to get me.
Okay.
So I knew them, they knew me. And we understood each other. And I let them share their ideas on the court in the middle of games.
Oh, wow, nice.
And that's the best way to go about coaching. What do you think you're doing wrong here? Coach, I think this guy is not able to this, so let me do this.
Yeah.
And I look at him and his attributes and what he has, and you say yes or no. You know, you have the veto at the end, but it's good to listen to your players and let them share so that they also feel a part of it, like they have shares in the team, you know, when it comes to sharing ideas and all that. So it was not such a big deal for us to blend. But the training regiment, which they hadn't done before, they didn't expect me to bring that. They thought, oh, he's our friend, we're just going to have fun. And it was not that. It was the very opposite. Because, I mean, for me, if I put my name, I mean, my nickname here in Ghana, Mr. Basketball, if I'm going to put my stamp on something, it has to come out top, if it has to do with basketball.
Yeah.
So basically that's what happened, and we started doing the workouts. They were shocked at the type of workouts we're doing. We were doing swimming pool work, we're doing hydroplyometrics, we're doing hill runs, we're doing medicine ball, stuff they had never seen or heard of. But I knew what the benefits were going to be. And we, you know, in Ghana, we don't have, the infrastructure is terrible. We don't have indoor courts. Most times we play games in the sun at 2 or 3 or 4. So I made sure my training times were from like the 10 o'clock when the sun was hottest till like 2 p.m. Every day.
Every day. Yeah.
So they got used to being burnt by the sun. You know, I've seen guys come from the US who play indoor courts all their life, get here, play 5 minutes in the sun and they are out. It's finished. They're not playing anymore.
Yeah.
The heat is different here, man.
Yeah, of course.
So these guys got used to it. And then when they stepped on the court, most of the final games were at 4, where the clouds and stuff, the sun wasn't so hot. So we had some ample energy that most teams didn't understand.
His boys were set to let out the stress of his rigorous training regimes and the team's practices on the unsuspecting basketball community in Ghana. They just did not know what was coming, but the cunning coach, Mimi, had the blueprint and saw that the work in the shades was beginning to come to light. Triumph in the UPAC final came against a UPSA team that took the University of Ghana to the final laps of the game. But with Mimi at the helm, how many laps had the team not already run in training? Victory in the UPAC tournament set the foundation for this trophy gobbling team.
So this final happened, the UPS team had no stamina.
Wow.
They were super scorers because they were experienced, but they hadn't been together for long, they hadn't been running, so they had zero stamina. Watching all the other games, you realize that they walk the ball from their half to your half, and then when they get to your half, they go hard, and then they walk back. Then you cannot rush them. They will walk it, and then when they get to your half, when everybody's going back and settling, then boom, they hit you hard, and then they jog back, and then they walk. So they're saving energy. So right from the beginning of the game, I'm like full court press. We're chasing them from their half. For them to even cross the half court line, they have to work. We had the stamina. You see our hills here? We've been running it for almost 10 weeks. Okay, so stamina and strength and muscular endurance and everything,
wasn't a problem.
we didn't have a problem. They had a problem with stamina. So as soon as they got the ball, we were on them. They had to struggle and fight to cross the halfway line, struggle, fight. So the game was close up until the third quarter. When their fuel finished, that was it. We all were just getting with layups. Steal the ball, layup. Steal the ball, layup. The game ended more than 20-point blowout.
And you won that.
Yeah, and that's how we won that game.
The University of Ghana Guerrillas successfully knocked out the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology off their pitch and established themselves as the force of basketball in the country. But that was not enough for the team under Coach Mimi. They conquered Africa for the first time.
They came in knowing fully well that imagine if we win this thing, what kind of history it would be for us, first of all, and then for the university and for Ghana as a country. So they really put their all in. They didn't joke. Like, I was shocked at their their level of focus. It was normally.
Was there drama in the final?
A lot.
Final game.
What? A lot. First off,
I had some of the players tell me, "Oh yeah, George, these guys don't like us."
No.
I know the Anglophone, Francophone team played there. It normally plays up a bit.
That didn't work there. There was no Anglophone, Francophone. It was about South Africans. West Africans.
West Africa. So
East Africans.
East Africans.
Yeah, so they're different. And North Africans also.
Good.
So it's just that they don't know you. They don't speak your language. You speak English, we speak English. Okay, but that's it.
That's right.
But during the games, the weather.
Okay.
It was in July, I think. So it was winter. So the guys hadn't played in winter before. Like, it's cold. Catching a ball, your hands are freezing, running, your joints are stiff. So at the same time coaching, I had to be a physiotherapist. I had to be boiling water on the side of the court so that they could put some in their shirts.
You were boiling water?
Yeah, boiling water to keep the boys' bodies warm. It's so cold, like, and they weren't playing indoor. Only the final, I think, happened indoor. I don't remember. But the rest of the games were outdoor, just like here.
But these are the stories that we have to tell. Right. All they know is written in there.
Oh, right.
The University of Ghana won Africa in 2016.
It. But the details.
But you had to be boiling water.
Yeah, had to be boiling water on the side, putting some on their shirts so that you touch it, it makes your hand. You see, people don't understand this about basketball. When you have a little sweat on your hands, it actually gives you grip on the ball. People think, oh, there's water on his hand, it's going to slip. No, that's not how it works. If there's a little sweat or moisture on your hands, it's going to give you a good grip on the ball. And the hot water actually keeps your body warm because they were getting cold. So every time out we call, they have to be rubbing deep heat on their joints, knees, ankles, and elbows and wrists. And I kept them warming up throughout the games. And the other teams, for some reason, they lived there, but they didn't have this experience. They were like just sitting down at timeouts, They get up. You can tell their guys are stiff.
Yeah.
Now they have to warm into the game with the next 2-3 minutes. By that time, we were scored like 8-9 points. Yeah. You know, so that was wild.
So game margin, I mean, in terms of the score margin in the final,
right?
Was you led all through?
We were trailing up until I think the third quarter again, where we put on our socks and rocket boosters and then started going crazy again. This is the team. Like I had guys like Max Mode, you know, Maxwell Okwampa. When he dunks one ball, the whole team goes nuts. Yeah. Like the energy that comes through. Yeah. Because he himself is like the leader of the team and he loved to dunk the ball. And me, I understood that because in my playtime, when I played, I was the top dunker here in Ghana for over 8 years. So I knew what it brought to the team. And so I set plays for him where he'd get dunks and stuff and energize the team. And Joel Tam and them were also playing their point guards, shooting threes. Wolf was shooting lights out. Like he knew the rim, like he'd been living there all his life. You know, it was crazy fun.
So by night you were champions?
Oh yeah, I mean.
And African champions? African
champions with gold
What was
medals.
the buzz like? Because I know the typical university, people calling to find out. Akosi saying.
From here, right?
Yeah, from here.
Yeah, so people trying to, I think there's some of the games were actually
on
live
Facebook.
on Facebook.
Facebook
yeah,
and YouTube.
So people saw what had happened and they kept texting and calling and texting and calling. We had Erasmus and them were also there to cover it. Yeah, to cover it live. I think he has footage and stuff like that.
Yes.
So he should be able to share this kind of footage. But everybody went crazy. Like, how did these guys win all Africa University games?
Basketball.
Yeah, basketball.
And when you arrived on campus?
It was wild. Like the crowd that came to meet us when the bus came in. Yeah, it was crazy, you know.
You eventually became a star and you had made stars.
I mean, that was basically what had happened.
So that was 2016. So you left by what?
2017 I had a scholarship.
Yeah, you will get a scholarship because after everything you have done, something had to happen.
Right. So I got a scholarship to go study sports science.
Okay.
And coaching.
Yeah.
Coaching education at the University of Ohio. So 2017 August, I left.
Yeah.
And I was away for 2.5 years.
That's heartbreaking for the team.
Well,
you told them finally you have a scholarship?
I mean, yeah, I told them.
Transition from coach to coach appears to have been managed really well. In fall 2017, time for Coach Mimi at the heart of the UG Guerrillas had unfortunately come to an end. But with Dr. Samori Kamara, the transition was seamless. Coach Mimi and Dr. Samori had played together, and apart from being a fan of Mimi, Samori was also a big fan of the team.
When I came to Ghana, I had no interest in doing basketball at all, man. I just wanted to, you know, just to be an African and live in Africa. So I chose Ghana, and when I got there, I saw that basketball was growing, and so I came back to the States for a month, and I just Googled Ghana basketball. And I just wanted to see, you know, what was going on, you know, with the state of basketball in Ghana, and every video, you know, I saw Mimi. When Chris Bosh was here, I saw Mimi. When the Giants of Africa was here, I saw Mimi, and I said, hey, I played basketball with this guy on Saturday mornings, man. This guy is the person to talk to if I want to get into basketball. So as soon as I got back to Ghana, and that was, I forget when, it was like 2017, early February or something like that. I got back to Ghana, you know, that Saturday I went and I asked him, I said, man, listen, you know, I'm a former coach, you know, from the States, man. I have a pretty good amount of experience in basketball. Can I help out? I just want to help the team out, man, because you seem like you're the man. You know what I'm saying? You're the Ghana basketball legend. And he said, sure, man, come on Tuesday. And so I came on Tuesday, and I was forever hooked, you know, with University of Ghana basketball that lay on, man. And I didn't leave, you know, that court until it was always very dark and it was time to go home.
Perhaps taking the reins of a team as a coach was as important to the team just as was as important to a man who was gradually losing interest in the sport. Dr. Samori was able to rekindle his love for the sport and make a big impact.
I just wanted to come through and help out and be a part of something, man. And I know, you know, being in Ghana really brought back my love of the game, man. Because in the States, I was a professor. You know, I got a PhD in history, so I didn't really have as much time as I would have liked to train players and even coach. So I coached a little bit of high school. I coached a little bit of AAU before I moved to Ghana, but I was never able to give it my full-time energy. But because I was, relatively location independent with my business, my online business that I have here in the States, I was able to just, give my all into it and put everything I had into the young brothers like Joel Tham, like, Aminu, like Wolf, and all those guys who have come through while I was there.
Coach Samori and his boys probably had no idea of what they were creating. Conquering Africa was never part of their plans, but the team's victory in Ethiopia, beating a congregation of the best teams in Africa, is what is most talked about in the ranks of the players. And being the coach of possibly one of the most illustrious moments in the lives of such young men will be very special.
It was a great tournament. I mean, we flew, all the way across the continent to go and play it. I mean, we had a legendary team, and unfortunately, we had to leave one of our legendary players behind. Wolf didn't travel with us. That was the blow. So, going into it, I tell you, man, I said, I think we got a good team. I think we are prepared. I think we have the weapons that we need. But man, I wish we still had Wolf, right? So going into it, I wasn't as confident as I could have been, but going there, the university was nice. I mean, the facilities that they had were great in terms of, for sports. It seemed like they put a lot of money into their FASU budget to make things happen, man. But once we got to the championship, against that Ugandan team and down by 12 at halftime. And at halftime, I told them, I said, man, we're down by 12 right now, but we can come back and beat this team by 15. And now that could just be coach speak, because you want to give your team, the motivation and help them understand that, hey, we've been here before, because I will put them in those kind of situations every day in practice, right? So you're down by 8 with 6 minutes left, you're down by 3, whatever. So you got to find a way to fight back, right? And so it's halftime, we're down by 12. But we had a legendary point guard in Joel Tham, man, and Joel had about 34 points, 17 rebounds, 6 assists in that game. I remember it because it was just it was powerful how he put us on his back, man. And I remember at one point in the game, he asked me, he was like, "Coach, take me out." And I looked at him, I'm like, man, you better fight through it, because I'm not taking you out of this game. And if you watch the video, man, I mean, you can see that he's exhausted. He's exhausted. He gave everything. I'm tearing up right now thinking about just the effort that he put in, just the effort that 2K's put in, just the effort that MOB put in, just the effort that Gracefield and Aminu and my man, King Clutch Buckets, Umar, they all put in such great effort, man, for us to win that game and come back to win by maybe about 8 points at the end of the game. They trusted me. I trusted them, and we brought home that championship. It's definitely one of the best memories I have and one of the best championships I've had.
Despite winning so much under Coach Mimi, Samori managed to motivate the boys again to push notches higher.
What I miss is the level of hard work that the guys in Ghana that I've seen put in. Now, do we have more facilities here in the U.S.? Am I coaching AAU in big arenas and big conference centers with, 90 courts in it? Absolutely. It's a different thing, right? The resources are there, but the heart is not there. The desire, the passion. I don't know if I've ever been in any place in terms of basketball that had more than we have in Ghana. I mean, I just wish that it could be a little bit more organized so that we can help, not only Ghana basketball rise, but Africa basketball rise in general, man. But I miss the relationships. You miss the relationships, number one, that you've created, over that time, because I would have those boys out there at 5:30 in the morning, 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning to 8. And then I would have them back out there at 4:30, so, and I would also try to, have team outings with them. I remember we went to go paintballing. We went to see, Black Panther together as a team. My first time seeing it, so with the passing of Chadwick Boseman, that brings back those memories of those young brothers. And we all had African wear on that night. We took pictures, and it was just a beautiful experience to have together. You miss those relationships, man. I miss Gerald. I miss if I start saying all their names, then I'm going to miss somebody. I miss Murdy and you know, and Rafiq, I miss all those boys, man, because they've helped me grow as a coach, and hopefully I've helped them grow as players.
The UG Guerrillas have captured the hearts of many basketball fans in Ghana with their consistent last gasp wins. The never say die attitude is now their trademark, and it's that which makes them so difficult to play against. The Guerrillas never lose from winning positions and never lose from losing positions. This attitude is birthed from the team's mentality.
Our trip to South Africa, and before we went for that trip, we actually went like 3 months intense training. Like, it was very intense because it was the first international trip we were going, and we didn't know the competition we were going to meet, so we can't prepare with like a low mentality, like thinking like below 50%. We had to put in like more than 100%, so it was very, very tough. And Mimi was the one who coached us. So preparing for that tournament, we had a saying, or should I say a mantra for the team, like, until the snake is dead, you don't drop the stick.
Oh wow!
So I think
until the snake is dead, you don't drop the stick.
Exactly.
That's
so
the line.
That was what we always used to say in the game, like, because even though you train in basketball, or it cuts across 2 sports, no matter how prepared you are, if it's 150%, you're still going to meet an opponent who has even prepared equally or even more. So he can always put you on your toes. So we're always prepared for such moments, and our games were always fourth quarter because we knew that was a point of the game where the opponent could either be on the same level or he could be tired. So the mantra was, until the snake is dead, you don't drop the stick. So anytime we're playing games, and in South Africa it happened. Our last game was very tough, and we kept saying that to ourselves. And even when we came back, we kept saying it.
So whilst you are down by 8 points, you've got 8 seconds to go.
Until the snake is dead.
Until the snake is dead.
You don't drop the stick.
Wow.
So the same energy you started with, that is what you have to end with.
Wow.
And because it's a collective effort, it's a team effort, once someone picks it up, the other just joins. And it just goes like that.
Wow.
It catches fire.
Wow.
Captain and backbone of the team during the rebuild, had witnessed the team's very low points and became the figure around which the team was evolving. But in 2017, Joel played his final game for the Guerrillas in Ethiopia, far away from home, with the most prestigious tertiary championship on the line, in the midst of his fatigue, and in his final appearance for the University of Ghana. Joel's stats were stunning: 6 assists, 17 rebounds, and scored 34 points.
I see that victory was my last year in Ethiopia, the last African championship.
Oh, wow.
That was in Ethiopia. And by the way, Dr. Bello collapsed.
Yeah, he told us about it.
It was a very, very tough game. We're down by 12 at the last quarter.
Wow.
We're down by 12. And Samori said, Joe, this is your last year in UG. I didn't start the whole game. He didn't let me sit down the whole game, the whole of the 40 minutes. So he made me play throughout the game. And the last quarter, we were down like 12. And we called a timeout. And I was there. Everyone was looking at me. I was like, and I was tired. I was exhausted. But looking at the guys and how they were ready to fight, I picked the same energy from them. And we went and we came slowly, and we just won the game.
No matter how much preparation and shift is put into winning, dominance can never be long-lasting, especially in basketball, where competition is so high and rife. The Guerrillas have been on this unbeaten streak for 5 years now and are threatening to sustain this enviable run. Every landmark achieved has been carefully orchestrated by the University of Ghana Sports Directorate. Head of the Directorate, Dr. Bella Bello Bitugu, knows all about the strategy.
When I took over the administration, one of the first things we did was to design and have approved the University of Ghana policy on their admission of athlete students, which is to give talented athletes the opportunity to enter the University of Ghana on concessionary basis. So catch them young, if you like. So that policy alone would not suffice if we do not complement it with financial support. Because often, ironically, the story of life is that intelligent, talented, good, gifted persons are the ones who lack the financial resources to promote themselves or to support themselves often. So we realized that, so we did that in 2016 and it's been working. So what we did was unlike other sister universities who rely on already cooked athletes, we said, let us nurture them. We said, you know what, the time has changed.
In the year 2010, the University of Ghana hosted and won the Gusa Basketball Championship, and in 2012, they set a record as the first team to win the Gusa Championship in 2 consecutive seasons without registering a loss. However, the team never blossomed ever since. But after their rebirth, they have chalked more successes and set many more records. Their competitors are watching with piercing eyes and will employ every means just to distill an ominous team.
Yes, of course. The irony is they want to distill us.
Yes.
And so you realize, you hear all kinds of stories.
Yes.
And you will see teams coming up with people who are, I mean, these are people who are professionals, playing in teams in Accra, in Kumasi, in Takoradi. You've never seen them going to the classroom. Gusa comes, all of a sudden they pack the team only to come and distill us. And then we showed our strength in terms of our originality. A lot of them praise us, and you remember when the award was, and last year we did the double again.
Yes,
we did both the men and the female, beat everybody, despite all, you know, the kind of things that the other institutions do. For the past 5-6 years, we haven't lost any match
anywhere.
Nowhere. We didn't lose any match in Accra. No
the
match
Accra
in the
League,
whole of,
lose any match there, yes.
no loss in the whole of Ghana, no loss in the whole of West Africa, no loss in the whole of Africa. We have won the African Championship 2 times in a row, and we are still the defending champions. We would have attempted the treble, but for COVID. But let's see what happens in 2022. God willing. And everything to be won, we have won. From that time till now, anytime UG was involved or is involved in basketball,
whether
we won or
anything,
we win. Everything, even milk tin as short shield or trophy,
you win it.
We win.
Aminu Abibu, who just graduated from the University of Ghana, became a key figure of the team and led them to a 2nd Africa title, the Ghana University Sports Association triumph, and 2 UPAC titles.
It was being a captain at first. It wasn't easy because, like, the teammates getting to accept you being their leader and all that. It was a struggle at first, but I think with time it was cool. Yeah.
Just wonder what kind of struggle. So there's some people in the team are like, but this guy can play than him, or
not.
Or they think they're not
like,
charismatic
okay,
enough.
Someone is like, oh, I'll grow past you, those things. Yeah. But with time they came to understand that, okay, I'm the one who's supposed to lead, and then they followed me.
What fans enjoy overtly is the final product of boys who, besides the academic responsibilities, have had to endure endless and tiring training routines. A somehow daunting task that can take its toll on student athletes. But contrary to what is assumed, it's not their countless victories or trips, but rather the training sessions of the team that Aminu Abibu cherishes and will miss most as he says goodbye.
Like, we work on a lot of things, and player development, sometimes like how to manage things in life, like how to work with people.
And the coaches you've worked with, Coach Samori, Coach Ghana, how they helped your career in building up?
Coach Samori transformed my game when I joined the team, because I wasn't anywhere close to where I am now. Yeah, with Samori, my game totally changed, and then with Coach Ghana, I gained more confidence in my game. Yeah.
Behind the scenes planning and on the court coordination have transformed this team into national and continental victors. Current coach Emmanuel Isowobel, popularly known as Ghana, with 20 years of experience working with public university, believes the administrative push and organization sets the University of Ghana apart from the others.
See, first and foremost, I would like to thank the Sports Directorate.
Yeah.
University Sports Directorate, they are different from other schools. If I'm not mistaken, if I can put it this way.
Yes.
Because you come for 1 month, you train morning and evening. For good 1 month before the Gusa.
Wow.
You understand?
Yes.
So let me do a little comparison here.
Yes.
UPSA is not like that. Even get the boys to train is very difficult because they don't joke with academica. The academica is tough over there.
Yes.
And sometimes it's like sacrificing. And you, the coach, too, you need to beg the players for them to come to training.
Yeah.
You see, University of Ghana is not like that.
Yeah.
They have time for the boys. They have time for the team. They always make sure they monitor the team, especially the director. He will keep on monitoring you day in and day out. And he keep telling you, he need a gold from you. And you know you can do it. So he will push you for you to get a gold. And for instance, not to talk about my head coach,
yes.
Eric, for instance.
Yes.
Both Eric and the head coach,
yes.
me and Dr. Bello,
yes.
they will keep giving you pressure, and even you, I don't think you can sleep because the pressure is tough.
Yeah.
And for that matter, you need to do what? You need to wake up.
In the GUSA 2020 competition hosted by the University of Ghana, the UG Guerrillas once again won gold with dominant displays and finished the competition with 20 points, winning 9 games and losing none. An unbeaten streak with a point difference of 504. The team's style of play has come to be known as the guerrilla way, and it's a style they have purposely worked on.
More times, my strategy is conditioning.
Conditioning, yes.
Yeah. And the conditioning, my condition is different from other coaches,
yes.
but they don't know. Mine is like, you are going to do marathon.
Yes.
You are going to do marathon. So we run tracks early dawn at 4:30. We run steps. We do rope jumps. We do headless flight.
Wow.
Then in the evening, we come to the court and do court drills. And before you do court drills, we run suicide. After suicide, we run figure of 8.
Wow.
5 men, 4 men, 3 men, 2. You understand?
Yes.
Figure of 8. And all is speed work, and I time them. Suicide, for instance, I time my boys 26 seconds. If you make it 27, we clap. Because 26 is not joke.
Yeah.
26 is not joke. You run lines for 26 seconds. From baseline, free throw, baseline, center, baseline, the other free throw, baseline to baseline within 26 seconds. And you can imagine, these guys are they've been doing it. They've been doing it because they really mean business.
The UG Guerrillas are basketball cupids and have captured the hearts of many, especially students and those connected to the University of Ghana. The love and support they receive from students, whether for home or regional games, is immense. The UG Guerrillas are on the streak, and they looked sure to defend their African title in Ethiopia for a 3rd year running. But due to COVID-19, their desire to further impose their dominance on the African continent will need to be put on hold. But the streak of the UG Guerrillas is one sure to be maintained and even extended. The UG Guerrillas are the pride of the University of Ghana, and this is the team we want to watch.